Hi, I'm Emily Rodenhouse, Content Marketing Manager for WorkGrid, and I'm here with Janine Markey, our Director of Marketing, to talk about how to navigate the evolution of the digital workplace.
Hey, Emily.
Hey, thanks for joining us, Janine. Hey, we know that the employee experience has been growing in importance over the past few years, and that the pandemic has really accelerated that shift. It's hard for organizations to know how to tackle these changes, where they should start, what they should focus on. Now, I know you talked about this in your CMS Wire webinar, Experience, the Next Evolution of the Digital Workplace. What are some of the big questions that organizations get stuck on when defining their employee experience strategy?
You know, it's really the simple things that prompt the biggest questions because they have such an impact on any digital transformation. Things like who should own the employee experience, what areas to focus on first, and what are the most important moments that matter for the employee experience. And although it certainly is a really large initiative that you can tackle at your organization, it doesn't have to be executed all at once as one big bang type of project. So we cover that as well and talk about steps on how to, not boil the ocean and tackle things in smaller steps. And getting those types of things right are usually the fundamental elements that organizations are concerned with getting right.
Okay. And I know you explore those issues in your webinar and that you offer people guidance on how to lay that the right foundation that they need to ensure their future success. But that's really just the tip of the iceberg. There's lots more that you cover as well, such as the key factors organizations should consider when building their digital workplace strategy. Could you share one of those factors now to give people a taste of what they'll get when they listen in?
Sure. I think one of the big things is we have to change our mind shift. So the way that we've been rolling out resources and tools and technology in the enterprise hasn't changed in a long time. And so we actually need to do more than just thinking about what are the tools employees need, what are the resources employees need to support them. We actually need to think about it more from an experience standpoint. What is the experience like for the employee? And this is actually the same way that our businesses manage the customer experience. Yep. We look at experience like for customers. We don't just think about the product or the service we're delivering. So during the webinar, I talk about how you can architect your digital workplace so that you are able to manage the experience as well as those source systems that run your business and can run those experiences. But the key there is managing those separately.
So there's clearly a lot to be learned because you also talk about case studies from other organizations that have been very successful with their digital transformation initiatives.
Yeah, people love a good story. So I share 3 examples from different size companies ranging from a consumer good products company, a tech service provider, as well as a Fortune 100 global insurance company. Wow. And they all have a range of digital workplace challenges that they've faced that they've all been overcome in ways that they've been able to leverage existing technology investments that they have, all while modernizing the employee experience. Oh, wow. And so I go through each one of those use cases, and I also provide a detailed plan on how to go through the steps of the organizational change and get through some of those necessary changes that we talked about earlier around ownership and structuring your organization, because those sometimes are the biggest areas that can hold an organization back. But in all the work that we've done with customers over the last few years, we've developed some strategies and seen some really successful use cases. So I share those stories as well as some tips.
Wow, so you're basically giving people everything they need to meet the future of work head on. Where can people check out this webinar if they want to see the full event?
Yeah, you can simply check out the full version of the webinar on our website at workgrid.com.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Janine.
You're very welcome.